Hello everybody and welcome back to Minecraft Farm Haven. I'm EasyG and in today's video we are going to be doing a couple different things. One of those things is an iron farm that I have no idea how to build, and then we're going to build another XP farm but with a skeleton spawner and also a super smelter. So I'm really excited to do that. But again, I'm going to tell you that I have no idea how to build an iron farm whatsoever. I'm just going to try and figure it out based on what I've seen other people do in videos. But yeah, I've cleared out lots of space. So we're gonna try and build the iron farm, the super smelter, and the XP farm in this general area so that we don't waste space. And yeah, so let's jump right into it. And this first part might be quite chaotic because I don't know how to build an iron farm. Okay, I know I've said it many times, but it's true. So I started off by starting to dig a hole because I wanted to put the villagers down below, and then I sort of decided to change my mind and fill up the hole again. So I filled it up because I was like, I'm not digging this out. And now I'm going to put it on top of the ground, and I don't know if that was a mistake, but here you can watch me struggling. As you can very clearly see, I have no idea what I'm doing, so here I'm trying to figure out how big it's supposed to be, and I still got it wrong. And then I realized I left something back in the storage area, so then I ran all the way back, and this took an eternity because it was so far away. I'm definitely going to add a waystone. But then I grabbed some more cobblestone. Who knows why I only grabbed like 3 stacks, but then I ran all the way back. I also grabbed some spruce because I knew we would definitely need that, but I don't know if we're gonna need it right away. Once I came back, I also put down a bed and a crafting table so that we can sleep and craft some things that we might need. I then continued to try and figure out what to do with the villager's little box, and I made it quite tall. I think it was the right height. And then I added some torches on the inside to spawn-proof it, but I kind of destroyed that later on. And then I placed a chest down because for some reason that would help me think, and it sort of did. I don't know why I placed it down because it was useless and on the wrong spot, but it worked, I think. The whole time while I was building this, I was just thinking, how big is this supposed to be? Is the columns going to spawn outside? And this is a bit of foreshadowing. Yes, they did. And then I placed water buckets in the corners of this little contraption thing, and made a whole thing on the one side, and that was stupid because I had to get rid of it again. And then I had to run back again to the storage hole all the way, and I don't know why I didn't just grab everything I might need, but yeah, I didn't. And then eventually I just grabbed more cobblestone and I found it, and then I had to run all the way back. And I did this so many times, it's honestly shocking. Why? I don't even know why, but then I just continued to expand this little platform, and I was very unsure about how big this was supposed to be, so I was like, I'm just gonna add a couple more layers because I have no idea what I'm doing, and I got rid of this little piece, and then I was like, okay, now I have to figure out how the water works. As you can see, here's the moment where I realized I had to get rid of this entire thing, so I did this with the buckets for some reason instead of just placing like dirt or something. But it worked, sort of, but I realized I had to extend this a little bit more so I can have 2x2 space in between, and then I realized that this little box was on the wrong spot and I had to get rid of it, and I did, and it took forever. Once the box was out of the way, I proceeded to making a little area for the columns to be directed into by the water, and then I tried to figure out what to do with the box of the villagers and the zombie, and I was still a little bit confused, but I sort of knew what to do. Well, not really, but you know, I figured it out. It worked in the end. And here I am getting rid of the chest because I told you it was in the wrong spot and I don't even know why I placed it. I knew it was in the wrong spot. And then I just replaced it next to the crafting table and used it for all of my extra items. I then proceeded to build the walls of the area where the golems will spawn. And for this, I knew what to do so they won't escape. And that was also the only part that I knew what to do. And guess what? Then I had to run back again because I forgot something. This time I forgot the villagers, so we're going to quickly collect them. As you can see here, I'm deciding which ones to take. I took them and a couple of beds, and then we went all the way back. I then placed the beds and the villagers in their little hole where they will be scared for all of eternity into getting iron for me, but anyway. And then as I came back to add the fences again, I came back to this. Huh? Please explain to me why they were making a little baby villager. I was so confused. And then there was a baby villager and I was like, this is not gonna work. So I had to open it up again and collect one of the villagers. Like, this was so weird. After that little fiasco, you'll never guess what I did then. I ran all the way back! All I did on that entire trip was craft some hoppers and campfires, and then I just placed them, and obviously I was going to have to run back again. I then started spawn-proofing the entire area so that golems won't spawn outside of the little box I created for them, which they still did. Nighttime came and I decided to lure some zombies into the boat that I had prepared for them, and I waited and they are really slow when they're not chasing you and you want them to follow you. I decided to kill a couple extra mobs before going to bed and then slaying a couple more mobs because there were more chasing me, and I was like, nope, I'm not defeating them all. So I killed a couple more and even an enderman, which dropped 3 ender pearls. Sadly, when I went up to check whether the iron farm was working, it wasn't, and I had to try and figure out how to fix it. However, as usual, I decided to ignore that problem and use these copper pipes that come from the Quark Oddities mod to transport the iron. Disaster struck again when I moved the zombie and it died while I was moving it to check what was happening, and I was really sad. I figured out what the problem was and that I had to move the fences one back and that they had to be open, so I did that, but I didn't use my axe for some weird reason, so this took forever. While I was waiting for nighttime to arrive, I decided to spawn-proof the box where the iron golems spawn. After waiting for an eternity for zombies to spawn, I was harassed by a whole group of them. Once the zombie was in place and I fixed the fences, iron golems began to spawn, but they weren't spawning in the box. They were spawning everywhere outside the box. So I decided to make some path blocks all around to see where the perimeter of the spawn radius is. And once spawn proofing was done, I decided to get rid of the iron golems that spawned all around the box so that they could actually start spawning inside the box to see whether I had solved the problem. Oh my gosh, it's actually working. Guys, I figured it out. Oh my gosh, I am so happy. Like, I cannot tell you how happy I am. I feel a bit bad about them sacrificing themselves, but that's okay. It's okay. We don't think about it. Just look at those villagers. They're mortified. Okay, I'm just gonna put this poor iron golem out of its misery. Oh. It can reach me? Okay, now it's time for the next step. I'm thrilled that this thing is working. I cannot tell you how happy I am. But I think the next step is to get the skeleton spawner in its proper place, because I think I want to make it one big build, sort of. So let's go do that. Okay, I have gathered everything that I think we might need. I'm not sure, but I have the spawner here because in this mod pack I can actually carry them around, so I'm very happy. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about this, so I'm just gonna start by placing the hopper, the campfire, and some pipes. I'm probably gonna move the pipes, but I just want to place these things around to sort of get a feel for what I'm going to do, and then I'll get started on the actual spawning area for the skeletons. Now that the campfire and stuff is in place, I'm going to build up this little tower where the skeletons will fall through, and then I'm going to make a little platform. Well, not so little. I'm going to make a platform and I'm going to extend it to all four sides so that it's equal, and I'm going to use water to transport them to the hull. Then once the platform is finished, I am going to build up the walls. I'm not entirely sure how tall I want to make the walls, but I'm gonna make the first section so that I can place down the spawner, and then I'm going to make some slabs so that I can use them in the roof so that they don't spawn on top of the box I'm making for them. Placing slabs is always a really tedious and difficult task because they can just turn into full blocks and then I have to destroy the whole thing. I'm just quickly going to check whether it works, and it does. And then I'm just going to torch it up again so that it stops working. This one was significantly easier than the iron farm because I knew what I was doing, and now I'm going to put the super smelter in place and then we can get the build started. So let's quickly build that super smelter. Alright, so I have collected all of the materials that we'll need for the super smelter, and I'm really excited to get it in place because we actually need it for the build we are going to build around all of the farms that we built today. But here's all the materials that we are going to need. As you can see, I have them all here and I'm really excited to get started. So let's go and hopefully it all goes well. I'm going to start off with the hoppers on the bottom row, and these are going to remove the items from the furnaces for those of you that don't know. Then I'm going to place the furnaces on top of the hoppers that I just placed. Following which, I will place hoppers on the back side of each furnace and also on the top. Now it's time for the rails to get in place, and I'm going to use oak wood on the side since I'm anyways going to use that in the build. Now it's time to see whether the build is actually working, and it is! Yay! I'm going to see if I can make this a little bit prettier because right now it looks terrible and I don't like it. So let's try and make it a little bit more pleasing to the eye. I'm also going to play around with some of the Quark Oddities editions and Quark editions to see if I can make it look a little bit better and be a little bit more functional. Lastly, I'm going to add the glass in front of the furnaces so that it looks better, and then I'm also going to see whether my contraption actually works. Oh my gosh, it's actually working! Yay, I'm so happy! Perfect. Now that everything is in place, I think it's time to take a little break from all of these farms and the furnaces, so let's go do something a little bit more fun. For something fun, I decided that we are going to build a house for Sheepy Cow and Sleepy Cow so that they can have their own little place, and I've been wanting to do this for quite a while. I did spend a little bit of time in a creative world trying to figure out what to do, so I'm gonna try a different roof shape from what we've done so far, and hopefully you guys like it. So let's jump right into this build. I'm going to do a hay floor for the cows because I think that is most appropriate. For the walls of the structure, I decided to use spruce wood and oak wood because I think these two woods complement each other really well. The pillars of the build is sort of in place. I think that's a good size. Using some stripped oak logs, I'm going to fill in the walls of the structure and then I will later add some windows for some more texture. Basically, I'm going to do the same thing now, but a little bit smaller for the second floor of this structure. I think it'll just give this build a little bit of height so that it does stand out in its own way around all of the other big builds. I'm adding a spruce slab floor to separate the two halves of the build. To add some extra texture to the build, I'm using these modded spruce walls. Here is the build so far. I really like the way it's coming together, but we're not finished yet. The time has come for me to add the windows that I promised. Instead of using glass panes for the windows, I'm going to use spruce fences. Once again, I'm going to use deep slate tiles for the roof as I really love the way this block looks and it's going to create a wonderful aesthetic for our sheepy cow friends. This is what the roof looks like so far, and now it's time to add a spruce trim. Just look at how beautiful the farm looks so far during the night. I love how the torches just light up the fields. It's so alive. I absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite views and I'm glad I get to share it with you. This is the fun part of the build and the new style I have chosen. The build is starting to take shape and I think it looks great. It has a little bit of a castle feel. To add some more definition, I'm using deep slate brick walls. This is the view from the top of the build and it looks amazing. This is what the farm looks like in the daytime and it looks honestly just as good as it does in the night. So I hope you guys like it. I know I definitely do and I'm very proud of it. Here is the roof from close up and this is what it looks like from the ground. I absolutely love this. I think it looks fantastic and it definitely doesn't look like anything we have on the farm so far. But I think it looks great. But now it's time to add a little bit of greenery. I almost forgot, we still need to add a door and I've got two options, so I just want to see what they look like. The first option is this spruce door and I think it looks great. I still want to use it somewhere. I haven't used it since I crafted it, but I don't know if it's for this build because let me show you the other option that I have. So these are saddle doors and they just give such a nice farming vibe. I think this is the way to go. Yeah, we'll go with this. This is definitely the way to go. Okay, cool. I know I said we'd add greenery, but I first need to add some light because otherwise I might forget and I just thought about it. So let's add light and I think that looks very good. I honestly love this. And I also want to do the inside before I do the greenery. I'm just going to add more hay because, I mean, that's what they eat. And then I'm going to give them some water because, I mean, they need water to survive. I decided to get rid of the ceiling because I don't like it. Okay, this is what the build looks like and I'm happy. Now it's time for the greenery, as I promised. I'm so sorry this is so chaotic, but I just had to do all those other things, and hopefully I won't get sidetracked anytime soon. I probably will. It started raining, but I'm not sad because I have a couple of things that we have to do. I did get sidetracked, yes. Anyway, I will show you the rest of the build in a while, but I tamed a cat. And the cat looks like my cat IRL, and I'm going to call him Bilbo because that's the name of my cat IRL. And I mean, it's just so perfect. I can't give it up. So we're gonna go name Bilbo, and I'm also going to name the sparrows that we tamed in the previous episode. Well, one of the sparrows, not all of them. Okay, so this will be Sparrow. Yes, Sparrow, and the other one will be Bilbo. Let's go name the cat Bilbo. Having some dinner at my table for the first time. Look at how happy they are to see me. This is like so cute. I love this mod. They're just adorable. Like, aren't they just so cute? Okay, just sit down. They're adorable. Okay, so I tamed finches that I found while I was out exploring. But anyway, here is the sparrow that we will name, and I'm gonna choose you, and then I'm going to take you with me and put you on Jack. And now we've got Jack Sparrow. Okay, anyway, time to move Sheepy Cow and Sleepy Cow to their new homes. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh, I love them so much. Now I'm going to prepare for the build, and I want to prepare a little bit with you guys. So this is sort of a behind the scenes type of part. Alright, so this is more or less the actual like area where we will be entering into, because like the iron farm won't be, I won't enter into that as much. But yeah, I've added some pipes, and that is because I really want to see the items all like flowing through. And I've also connected this, so the iron farm I've connected underneath, and then all the way over here it comes up again and connects to the hoppers where the iron golems are sacrificing themselves. And if we run all the way back, so it's going underground and then it's going to come up here. It just takes quite a while. So this might take some time, but let's see how long it takes. Okay, there you go. So it just entered in there, and this is everything it has collected so far, so that is really cool. And then this one is going up and over, and it's like going over all of the other pipes, and it's for the skeleton farm. So I made it look very interesting. And then it just goes around this thing and into the hopper as well. And if the skeleton would kindly die again, we can actually see where the bones and stuff go. So here they are in the pipe, and I don't know, I like this. It's a very nice industrial feeling build. So there we go. This one takes also quite a while because it's very twisty, but there we go. It has just gone into the chest, and the campfire hasn't been on this entire time, so they only started dying now. And then this is the, I believe, where everything that's already smelted comes from. So that's that one. And then this one is for the coal, and it goes over again, and it meets this chest down the second one here. And then the last one is what you want to smelt. So you go over, and I just used steak because I had nothing else. And yeah, there we go. It goes into that one at the top there. And yeah, so let's give it a try and see how it works. I completely forgot that this needs a hopper to work. So I'm gonna try and fix this and I'll be right back. Now we can actually see it working, and oh my gosh, I just love the way this looks. It just looks great, okay? It's fantastic. And now it's time for this side. I'm going to use cobblestone because we need the stone in the build. Let's see if it actually works. Oh my gosh, this is just amazing. They're all on. Oh, yay. I'm so happy. Okay, so we're gonna let that smelt up. While the super smelter is busy, I think it's time to get the layout of the build going, and I have some wool here. Not a lot because I haven't been shearing my sheep very often, but I've got some. Okay, these bags and things need to go, so we're quickly gonna move them. And now I'm just gonna prepare for the build, and you can watch me. We need some andesite as well. I know I'm getting sidetracked once again, but I need to tame these because I found out you can tame them with dandelions, and that is so cute. Just, oh my gosh. Oh, they're so cute. The next time you see me, I will give you a tour of everything we've done today. And this is what the build looks like. I'm really proud of it. It looks amazing, and I'm going to show you everything that I have done off camera and also that little bit that we've done together. So here I still need to add the pots. I'm gonna use gray decorated pots, but I don't have the bricks. That's why this is also not finished, so I'm sorry about that. But other than that, everything else is finished. So I added these bits and pieces of iron because I thought that would really signify what this build is for, and it just gives a very industrial vibe. And then this is the waystone for easy access. And I've added some leaves in here, as you can see, to give it more life, and then obviously the hanging lanterns. And I've kept the pipes the same, but yeah, I really tried to make this part really pretty, but still keep it to a relatively industrial vibe. If we go in here, it's just the back, so all of the hoppers and things, but I thought I still might need to access this, so I just made a door instead of closing it off. But I didn't decorate it, as you obviously saw. And then if we walk all the way here through this door, this is where the bones and well, I've got more iron here, you know, more piles of iron. And then this one over here, let me just get rid of this bed. This one over here is like ready to be shipped out or whatever. And then you can also see the pipe over here because I love watching the stuff go through the pipes, and you can also see this pipe. I didn't really know what to do with the skeleton spawner, but yeah, I just left it, and we can use the back and like all of the open space. If I want to automate some more processes, I can come put it in here. So that's why I left it so big and open. And then in here, it's just the hoppers and the stuff again. I still need a door for that. And if we go this way, I added some buttons here just mainly so that it doesn't have a spawn for the golems because I don't want them spawning in here. But in here's the villagers and the zombie. And then, yeah, I think I'll go out and I'll show you the outside a little bit more because there's obviously all the sides and you've only seen this front bit. So out here, you know what it looks like, but then if we go around, So I'm just gonna show you like everything slowly so you can enjoy it as much as I do. But if we go around, as you can see, I just basically took the same design here. Still need the pots, and I need to finish this chimney as well. So I added like 3 chimneys, and then I placed these torches on top so that the iron golems don't spawn there. But yeah, anyway, and then back here I want to add a retaining wall at some point, but I did not have the resources, so I'll go do that for the next episode. And here I really love this cave that's down there. It's like a really good cave, so I thought I could actually do the mining area here and then use like make a doorway here, but I'm not entirely sure how or when or where, so I just kind of left it open to remind myself. And then again, this chimney still needs to be done. It's, yeah, it needs help. I need so much more bricks. But anyway, we've got a donkey, and then also we have a donkey up there. I don't know how it got there or why it's there, but anyway, this is the rest of the side. I really love how this looks, and I was afraid this might just look weird next to the stables, but it actually looks really good, so I'm very happy with it. So yeah, and that brings us all the way back where we started. So I think I'm gonna give you a sky view. So this is the top. The whole top is spawn proof with slabs, and then the parts that doesn't have slabs I put buttons on. As you can see, I use these buttons up here to prevent spawning. So yeah, and then I use these buttons for like decoration. But anyway, so that's sort of what the build looks like, and I'm just gonna go around, show you guys what it looks like, and then I need to show you the sheepy cow build. So this is sheepy cow's house, and I want to show you from all the sides. I'm gonna give you an aerial view as well, but I absolutely love this build. It's just amazing. As you can see, they're still in there, but if we go up, let me just get out of the way. So this is what it looks like from the air, and I absolutely love this roof. Like, it looks so cool. I definitely want to add more of them. I really like this, so I hope you enjoyed it as well. I really enjoyed building that, so yeah. And that is it for today's episode. If you guys enjoyed it, please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and also comment down below what you thought or what you want me to do next. And yeah, I must say, we've had some nice adventures today. So I think all that's left is have an amazing day, have an amazing week, and remember that God loves you. Bye, guys. Bye. And I don't have anything else to throw, so I'm just gonna throw these salads, but I'll eat them. Trust me. 5-second rule.